Alright. Now I'm going to examine everything. Bruce Goodman. Nothing on the back. Alright.
This must be the victim's blood, right?
Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple.
Maybe I was shaving.
What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Also, just because Jake shaves like that doesn't mean everybody has to.
Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild, and this is his skinning knife.
Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely.
Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Think of him in shorts with his rippling abs.
Now there's a scary thought. It's a fist.
What does that say? Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here.
Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it.
You're gonna run out of room soon. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor.
What are you doing over there now?
I'm over here. Over here? Up here?
I'd like to meet Von Karma. When she says it, his name does have kind of a ring to it. Yeah, once again, I did the accidental click.
Von Karma.
Miles Edgeworth, 1712. This is dated the day of the crime.
The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up at a couple of extra red lights. He wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair.
Perhaps.
Just goes to show you never know what'll happen when you run a yellow light. You might be accused of murder.
Okay, I'm starting to wonder... Okay, time for a little bit of theorizing here.
Really? We don't exactly have much to work on.
I know, but this is just a little thing. So,
okay.
Now, let's just go with the hypothetical here. Lana's the murderer, she killed the guy in Edgeworth's car. Let's just pretend this, okay?
Okay.
And we can substitute Lana with whoever the killer ends up being. What if she literally waited for Edgeworth to park his car and then killed the guy? And
kind of weird.
Or maybe she, like, killed him beforehand and just put his body in Edgeworth's car.
We don't know how the body was killed yet, so...
Presumably, no, we don't have autopsy, but they said he was killed from blood loss by being stabbed.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, if the stabbings occurred where the body was found or a different place.
They said the body was found in Edgeworth's car.
If the stabbing occurred where the body was found.
Oh, I thought there was a comma in there. I thought you were like, when the stabbing occurred, where the body was found. Like you were listing things off. I got confused. Okay. I just wanted to toss that quick theory out. Let's go here. Let's just see what happens if I present this, just because. Nope, nothing. Alright. Well, we have the new area we can go to, actually, so let's go there.
Whew, we're finally here. Why would they put the detective so far away from the prosecutor's office?
It took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. This is my first time to the police department, actually. Huh? Hold on. What's that?
Oh god, it moves. Disturbing! Why does it undulate like that?
Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. I'm trying to make him the police mascot.
Little taped-on horn isn't normal for it, so I'm curious if that'll come up. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police department. Still, he does seem familiar somehow.
I imagine that's... I mean, he also has paint on his face. That's probably just to show he was shittily made.
I guess we'll find out.
Forget the blue badger. Who's that next to him?
Someone appears to be dancing with the blue badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast!
Hey, pal, what are you doing here?
That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why are you dancing over there?
What? Well...
Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information.
Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal.
Why can everybody read my mind?
I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case.
That's 11 words, thank you.
Well, why not?
Wobbuffet.
Eh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second?
Huh? Me?
Yeah, just come over here. Why is this little girl so peeved at me?
She's a relative of the suspect, Lana Sky's sister.
Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate the case carefully, okay? Scientifically. I have a dog. Is that scientific enough for you? Oh, by the way.
Scientific dogs.
You might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days.
Because of Von Karma and whatnot, probably.
So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? I work here. Oh. Also, nothing. They kicked me out of criminal affairs.
Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time?
What do you mean this time? Dan, what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you?
I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd?
So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall, which seems a bit of a redundant name.
Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. I mean, implying Detective Dick Gumshoe isn't also redundant.
I guess that's fair.
The only way it could be any better is if his middle name was Spy.
A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal.
Alright, I assume we can't go inside then. Correct. So I guess we gotta try presenting things to him.
Hello, I am Officer Sheriff Spy Policeman. How can I help you?
Officer Sheriff Spy, nickname Investigator Policeman. Investigator is spelled with an E instead of an O at the end, just to fuck with people. Detective Dick Spy Gumshoe, Esquire, what can you tell me about this?
Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time.
Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot.
Let's see, Bruce Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But don't you work together with him in the Criminal Affairs Agency? Whoa! Maybe. Now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim.
That's what I thought.
Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe?
Also, because this is based on the stuff from the first game, which we haven't played. But just to remind people, at this point, not only do we not have the Magatama, we also cannot present profiles to people. And when we actually get to court, the penalty system is different.
Isn't it like check marks?
Basically, yeah. Basically, you have 5 exclamation marks, and you lose 1 when you get penalized, rather than only being percentages. So, on one hand, it's theoretically more forgiving. We do the reset thing anyway. But it's theoretically more forgiving, but it's also, like, a lot less dramatic, because it's not like you have 1 opportunity. It's like, you've done perfect up until now, and now this is your last chance. You have 5 chances. So, this ID card belonged to the victim.
He was a detective, like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange?
How you keep singing?
I mean, why would the victim's ID card be found lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transfer. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Scritch. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but where it is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot.
And Lana's confessing as much. Let's see if I can present anything else to him, just see if I get any more.
Hey, that's Mr. Edgeworth's knife. I polish that daily. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife. What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to say such a thing? But wait, I didn't mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Someone must have, become a doppelganger of your sister while she was secretly murdering someone else in the city. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth.
The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence.
I mean, it kind of could have been because Edgeworth said the knife was in his car, so literally they got it open, they're like, oh, a knife! Stab, stab, stab.
I mean, okay, here's the thing, Rhino. Why would they open the trunk of his car before killing the guy?
Here's my question. Who had a key to his car? Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth.
What's the deal with Edgeworth?
I assume that means I have to go talk to Edgeworth.
Talk to Edgeworth.
But yeah, I feel like they had to have... It doesn't make much sense to me, because... if the knife that was in Edgeworth's trunk was the murder weapon, that would mean the killer had to open the trunk, get the knife out, whether or not they knew it was there already, and then kill the guy.
Yep.
You'd think the guy would already be suspicious by the fact that they're opening Edgeworth's car and are presumably not Edgeworth.
Yep.
Something to keep in mind. Oh, he's not. Son of a bitch.
Edgeworth vanish.
Do I have anything new I can present to... Nope. How long are you going to be here, and are you ever going to be useful again, or is this going to be like that one time when we had Old Bag standing in, like, the lobby of the hotel and not contribute anything besides background music? Alright, let me try presenting his trophy.
Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday.
Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Dick Spy Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Ah, congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten.
But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. He's even got naysayers in the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, we've heard about the rumors. Ah, here we go.
He is in a tough spot again.
Again? DL6.
Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. Rumors. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious.
I had no idea he was under the gun. Don't you mean... No, under the knife means surgery.
Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself.
What?
But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. She sucks.
I don't know if anything new. So... Nothing new here. Thought I'd check. Nope. Is he back? Nope. And I have no idea what the fuck to do now.
A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunson's Pickle Supreme lunchbox? Wow, it's really crunchy.
Box of pickles? Kind of a sad lunch if you ask me.
Look, a stylish glass-walled room. Very nice.
You can see the whole parking lot from in there.
It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe.
Huh?
Cafe Securite. Yes, that must be it. Let's check it out later.
I hate to bring it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office.
You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day.
Bad they don't have a test for common sense.
This is where the cars leave the lot.
The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance.
What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit.
Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose.
The theory of relativity.
What?
Gotta write this down. Ah, hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German, or was he British?
Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name?
I was wondering about that. What? The Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece.
You made this, Detective Gumshoe?
The chief threw together some designs, and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dance, 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 dance.
Dance, 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 dance.
Until the batteries die.
Dance.
Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops.
Oh, that's how I had to make progress. Examine the blue badger.
And that's all I know about that. I'm not really on the case, you know. Thank you.
Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is... What was his name? The guy in the parking lot.
That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police.
Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something?
No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA.
For a moment there, I wasn't sure.
Look, pal, let me try and make things a little easier for you. Show them this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene, maybe.
Letter of introduction added to the court record. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere.
Just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal.
Ah, yes, the... What's the name of the... Bavarian fire drill technique, I believe is what it's called. Or Bavarian. Alright. Now we can look at the car. This is what we need to do. Looks like the investigation is still going. That'd be Angel, I think.
I had to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit and...
Oh, no. No. That sounds like Marshall, so I think it's both of them? Wait, I don't know who this is! I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby.
Oh, still here. Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too.
What happened to the security guard? Yeah, oh, so it was both of them. Okay. I got confused. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. And now the cool music. That you can't hear. Alright. Now I get to voice him for extended periods of time. You gonna be able to stay awake?
I'm trying.
Alright. The victim.
There's something I wanted to ask you.
The scene of the crime. A cold grave of men who've lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment.
He's asleep.
Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? Yeah, I guess I have to show the thing to him first. Allows bearer to investigate the crime scene. Take a look at this! Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn ya, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe. Ah, that old cowdog. He holding the birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think you just miswrote it. Great, Detective Gumshoe. I owe you one. No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Guess I'll better let you in then. Whoops. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Officer Marshall isn't a detective. He's a patrolman. That reminds me of something.
That is odd. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny.
I feel like he's playing it up for no damn reason.
He probably is.
Note to self, police investigations are like settling sand.
Land.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. The Gumshoe's letter of introduction, crumpled and discarded. Alright, now we can talk to him.
Blue Badger.
Also, for the record, the main reason I wanted to take this guy is A, because I like doing that sort of voice, and B, because as I learned from Hearts, Beds, and Hospital Heat, if I let you voice the guy with the southern accent, it would take forever.
Well, I mean, if I practice more, I'll be better at it. I purposely wanted to draw out one for that one.
I guess that's fair. If tell you what, next time a cowboy character shows up, you can take him.
Okay.
The victim. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman, he was a detective, right?
Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Ms. Angel Starr. One stab to the chest. A fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report.
Was my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. When they get really vague and generic like that, that means it's going to be important. Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why I didn't do much work with the Chief Prospector.
Prospector?
He says that instead of prosecutor because
Okay, I was just making sure that wasn't just
yeah.
you.
Don't worry. He's been doing that the whole time.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot.
So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. He is totally drinking from a flask right now.
Yeah, did you not notice?
No, I knew he was drinking. I just didn't realize it was actually a flask. I thought he was just drinking from a bottle or something. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You called me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now, so how could you be in charge of a crime scene?
Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs without Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. Let's see. I'm not sure if any presenting would be important yet, so I'm gonna hold off. I'm going to start by seeing if this information can be used with Gumshoe at all. Hey, you got kicked out, I heard. I think about it. I don't know if any of this is going to be important. I guess autopsy report. Let's see what happens.
As a detective, I had to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than to go blabbing on about things I don't know about.
No, I wouldn't want you to do that either.
Good.
And he has to stay quiet about the Blue Badger as well, apparently. Alright, so nothing in here. Back to the parking lot. Whoosh! Boom, boom. Tick, tick, tick.